Hi, my name is Teresa Handley, and I'm the founder of Positive Friends. Positive Friends is a group of citizens who would like to be trained and certified as pet therapy teams in order to visit our area nursing homes. Today I'd like to talk to you about a subject that is near and dear to my heart, and that is our family, friends, and fellow citizens living in our area nursing homes. I'd also like to tell you about the need for a pet therapy program here in Florence. I would also like to give you some information about Positive Friends and how I think we can fill this need. I would also like to give you a breakdown of the cost to get this program started. In 2010, my mother was admitted to a nursing home for rehabilitation after a severe fall. Before this, I had never had any experience with nursing homes, but I have to admit that the quality of medical care was exceptional. I was slightly disappointed, though, with the staff's concerns for the patient's happiness and mental well-being. At the time of my mother's admittance, she had a small dog at home named Charlie. Charlie was my mother's best friend, her companion, and a great source of joy in my mother's life. After the first month of being in the hospital, my mother was really missing Charlie. I asked the staff if I could bring her in for a visit and was informed that unless she was pet therapy certified, that I would not be able to. So I started to look around and found quickly that there were no pet therapy teams in Florence. My mother was only in the nursing home for a short period of time, but during that time she missed Charlie something fierce. I truly believe that if she had been able to visit with Charlie, that her recovery would have been much faster and she would have been a much happier person. Even though my mother's stay was brief, the seed had been planted. Next, I want to tell you about what I discovered in my research. There are 9 nursing homes in the Florence area. According to city data for Florence 2010, there were 384 residents in these facilities, and my mother was one of them. I also began talking to my fellow community members and found that many of them agreed that a pet therapy program was much needed in the Florence area. That is when I founded Positive Friends. Now I would like to tell you a little bit more about Positive Friends. We are a group of fellow citizens who want to bring joy and happiness to our fellow community members who live in nursing homes. We also believe that animals have a positive effect on our daily lives. And if they can do that for us, what could they do for our fellow citizens living in the nursing homes? Many of us have had days where we're sad or lonely, and to be able to come home and pet our furry friends just seemed to make everything else seem so much better. We also know the joy and happiness of coming home to a pet who is so excited to see you, who has nothing else to give but their unconditional love. Many of us are already volunteers at the area's nursing homes, and we all truly believe in this project. The next thing I would like to tell you about is what Positive Friends has accomplished so far and what we would like to do as a summer project. Since many of us are volunteers, we have already approached the staff of the nursing homes and have received approval for visitations once we have certified pet training therapy teams in place. I have contacted Southeastern Pet Therapy, and they have graciously agreed to help us get our program up and running. With their assistance in selection and training and ready in order to get our teams certified. So now our goal is to raise funds to get help with our team's evaluations, training, and certification. Once this is accomplished, we will begin our 12 weekly visitations. These visits will be in group visits and also in one-to-one. We would like to have a party at the end of the 12 weeks to celebrate the new friendships that we have made. As you can see from the time chart, we have everything scheduled to begin as soon as possible. On May 28th through April 4th, we plan to put flyers in the area's veterinary clinics. On March 31st, we plan meetings with the local high schools to explain our program and to ask for volunteers to become part of our pet therapy teams. On April 5th, we will have evaluations to choose our pet therapy teams. On the weekends of May 3rd and the 17th, we will be having our training sessions with the teams from Southeastern Pet Therapy. Our testing and certification is scheduled for May 31st. Our weekly visitations are set to start the week of June 2nd and run through August 22nd. We are also scheduled to have our celebration parties during the week of August 25th. The cost to run this program for the 12 weeks is $4,100. The main cost in this project is the training and certification of our pet therapy teams. I would like you to know that this is a one-time cost, and it is my sincere hope that each team will continue to visit the nursing homes after our 12-week program. The chart is a breakdown of expenses we will incur during this 12 weeks. All the people involved with this project are volunteers, so there's no payroll involved, but we will compensate for their travel expenses. Line 1 is the cost of the gas allowance for teams making the visits. We will reimburse each team $6 per visit. There will be 2 teams visiting 9 nursing homes weekly for a total of 108 visits. Line 2 is our printing cost. This is the cost of our flyers and our surveys. The rest of the following are agreed upon by Southeastern Therapy Dogs and Positive Friends. We are paying the volunteers for their gas, motel and lodging, and food for the 5 days that they will be working with us. Line 3 is for the travel reimbursement of the evaluator. Line 4 is gas allowance for 2 teams to make 2 round trips from Charleston to Florence. Line 5 is the cost of 2 motel rooms for 2 nights. Line 6 is a meal allowance for 4 days that the trainers will be working with us. Line 7 is the cost of testing and certification. Finally, line 8 is the total cost of the parties at each of the 9 nursing homes. In closing, I would first like to thank you for taking time to hear about Positive Friends. I believe that all of you will agree that there is a need for a pet therapy program like Positive Friends. I have shown you the cost of our project, and I have told you in our belief that it will have a much farther reach than the 12-week program. We sincerely hope that you will agree that this project is deserving of your financial success. Thank you again, and if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you now.